Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. There's a big management change at General Motors. November car sales are in, and Audi debuts its brand new A8 in Miami. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Wednesday, December the 2nd, 2009. I'm Murray Feldman, Fox 2 News Detroit. Behind the wheel again for John, who's taking a break from cold Michigan weather. That's right, he's out in sunny Southern California for the LA Auto Show, and we're going to hear from him a little bit later in the program. Anyway, here's what's happening right now. Now you see him, now you don't. The man who led General Motors into and out of bankruptcy has been shown the door, kicked out. Yesterday, Fritz Henderson resigned as CEO of the organization, a position he's held since March when Rick Wagner was ousted by the Obama administration. No word yet on how long it's going to take to find a replacement, but Ed Whitaker, chairman of the board, has decided to take over the position until a new CEO can be hired. According to the Detroit Free Press, GM's board was skeptical that Henderson, a company veteran with 25 years' experience, could bring about the change it needed. Look, there's nothing that can bring a company down more than speculation that the CEO does not have the blessing of the board or the chairman, so you have to hand it to the board on this one. They decided for whatever reasons that the CEO, Fritz Henderson, had to go. As their board meeting was ending in Detroit yesterday, they quickly called a news conference. They made the announcement. In less than an hour, it was over. They cut off any damaging speculation before it could leak out of the boardroom. A great PR move here in Detroit. But wait a minute. This is the day Henderson was supposed to keynote the LA Auto Show press preview, with hordes of reporters getting their first glimpse of the new out-of-bankrupt General Motors. This was the BGM's coming out party, the time to show that they're starting to roll down the track to profitability. Instead, they show a company that's stuck on the track with leadership that's up in the air. There will be questions now about who will get the job, how GM's culture will change, how the business plan may be altered. All of that may indeed be today's headline from the LA Auto Show. Instead of the headline, GM needs to get out, that it's back in the car business and showing promising new models. GM had a golden opportunity to steal the right spotlight in LA until the night before the show was to open to the press, when the company pulled the CEO right off the podium and announced, "We don't have a plan B, but we're working on it." Here we go again. November sales for the U.S. are in, and even though sales are down from October, there are some encouraging signs to report. According to the AP, sales were down 11%, but the seasonally adjusted annual rate was 10.9 million units, higher than expected and higher than October's rate. Hyundai saw sales rise 6.2%. Toyota was up 2.6%. Ford was up a modest 0.1%. Seeing sales slide, though, were Honda, down 2.9%, GM down 1.8%, and Chrysler saw sales slide even further, down 25%. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is proposing stricter side airbag standards. According to the Detroit News, the agency wants longer and stronger side airbags in order to prevent passengers from being thrown out of vehicles during rollovers. The safety agency says this is going to save over 400 lives at a cost of $54 per vehicle, or $920 million a year. The requirement would apply to vehicles that weigh 10,000 pounds or less, and automakers would have until model year 2017 to fully comply. Daimler announcing that it will move some of its production of the Mercedes C-Class from Germany to Alabama. According to Bloomberg, the company is looking to cut costs and rely less on producing vehicles in Germany. Daimler says the move is going to save the company 2,000 euros, or about $3,000 per vehicle. For cars, weight is the enemy of performance. To win this automotive battle of the bulge, Ward's reports that Porsche is switching to lithium-ion batteries on 3 of its models. No, it's not going the hybrid route. The new Lion packs will replace heavy lead-acid batteries and save about 22 pounds in the process. Saving weight is great, but it's not cheap. The batteries cost nearly $3,000. Monday night, Audi unveiled its redesigned A8 sedan at a spectacular event in Miami, Florida. The company invited a huge number of people from all over the world to see the reveal. It also constructed an entire building on Miami Beach to premiere the new flagship sedan. Actress Lucy Liu was even on hand to MC the event. The car offers a host of new features and a familiar but distinctive design. We're going to have more on the new Audi A8 in the coming days. And that's it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. I'm Murray Feldman, Fox 2 News in Detroit. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. But coming up right after the break, John fills us in on the latest news from the LA Auto Show. He'll be back right after this.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
Today is actually the first official day of the LA Auto Show, but things actually got started last night when 3 different automakers had unveils in different parts of the city. Of course, the big news was that Fritz Henderson was fired from General Motors. Seems like that's all anybody could talk about. And it really put a damper on Cadillac's unveil, something that they called the Cadillac Salon. A very low-key affair, really, for members of the media to get to know more about Brian Nesbitt, who now runs that brand, and also see the unveil of the production version of the CTS Coupe. Of course, we had seen the concept at the Detroit show, but this was the first chance to look at the production version. Meanwhile, at the Hollywood Palladium, Ford had a blowout affair for the new Ford Fiesta. A very key product for Ford, and this is a key market for them to introduce it in. Meanwhile, at Beverly Hills, Infiniti had a rather swanky affair where they unveiled a complete redesign of the M, really the flagship of the Infiniti brand right now, and also the redesign of the G. When you look back, not a whole lot of news broke last night, but that is exactly why we're going to be broadcasting live from the floor of the show, starting at 11:30 Pacific Time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where we'll bring you the news as it breaks. And that is it for the top news in today's global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.